My confessional is about the time where I got into a fight in what was that? Early sixth grade. Um, the reason I got into this fight though, so boom, it was me. At the time, that was my homie, John. Um, little short dude, little short nigga. And then I had another homie. His name was Kendall. Uh, taller than me, bigger weight class than me, light skin. But yeah, he was a homie. So it was us three. We went outside for the lunch period, whatever. Was hooping. It was like a few other kids, whatever, too. So we made like a little game. I think it was like a 4-on-4 or 5. It was a lot of niggas on the court. I remember that. So all I remember, me and John was on the same team, and I Kendall and was on the other team with a bunch of other niggas. All right. So boom, we playing. Now mind you, let's break this down. Kendall, this nigga cannot hoop. He sucks. Just point blank period. Like his shot, he looked like Sean Marion when he shoot. He fucking he has no stamina. Like it's terrible, right? And he has horrible defense. Like his defense is like he gonna like slap you, like slap your hands or whatever. Like he's like fouling all day, all night, right? John on the other end, he's mad short, so you know the height difference. They clash, and he's not the best when it comes to handling this shit, right? So I know these things, but you know, besides all that, mind you, we're still kids. We just, you know what I'm saying, we just kids. So it ain't that big of a deal, right? So we hooping or whatever, and I guess them two niggas go against each other. I think we was on offense or whatever. And they start, you know, like I said, this nigga don't know how to play defense. He fucking fouls and he's terrible. So he gets up on John and he starts fouling the nigga. And John he snapped. He quick to snap. So he popped off. he stopped dribbling and pushed Kendall, right? And then they started pushing each other back and forth. Next thing you know, this nigga Kendall swung on him. He just cocked back and gave him one right to the jaw. He ate that motherfucker though. John ate that shit. And then this nigga John was in like karate classes and shit, so he had like a lot of strength and a lot of like, yeah, that nigga was quick as fuck. So he started jabbing this nigga Ken. They started going at it pretty much. And then it became like a wrestling match. They started tumbling and shit. I'm running over there trying to break the shit up. But as I come and try and break the shit up, this nigga Kendall clocks me in my jaw on the left side of on my left jaw. I stop, feel it. That motherfucker definitely stung. And I looked at him, and he ain't worried about that because he's still grabbing John or whatever. But then I finally break it up, right? And then I look at him, and I'm like yelling at him like, yo, nigga, you definitely just hit me or whatever. I'm not thinking that, okay, I was definitely in the middle of the fight. It's kind of my fault. I'm like, nigga, you definitely just hit me. And then he's like, man, fuck that. Fuck all that shit, right? So then I jab him. Clean. Right. He's light skinned. It's literally, bro, his face was red for the entire day. Mind you, this was lunch, so this is like 11 something. We didn't go home till like 3 something. The nigga's face was completely red the entire day. I don't know what damage I did, but he said it was numb and it was definitely swollen. But once that happened, then we all got into it. Like he like got hit, stumbled a little bit, came back, started trying to like swinging recklessly at me and shit. John comes out of nowhere and hits him. He like pushes that, and damn near trucks him. He runs over, and then now we just all brawling or whatever. So I'm like, it was terrible. It was terrible. We all went to the office. Uh, Nobody snitched on nobody though. That was the thing. Nobody really got in trouble. Like we just got scolded. Nobody ever really got in trouble. All I remember was nigga John had he had a bruise on his jaw. And nigga Kendall had a bruise on his jaw. I had some scrapes and a couple of punches and shit from getting hit when we was all in there scuffling and shit and on the ground or whatever. But nobody snitched on them about that because they was trying to figure out who started it, what the fuck and all that. We was just like, we don't know. We don't know. So we just got scolded and shit, and that was that. But yeah, that was about my confessional. About the time I got into that big ass brawl.